Hey there, folks. I'm Matt Welch. I'm the sports editor here at Star Local Media. Just wanted to give you a recap of what I had going on tonight. I'm not sure who all here was on Twitter or whatnot, but if you were not made privy to the happenings out at Frisco Memorial Stadium between Lake Dallas and Frisco Centennial tonight, boy, did you miss a crazy one, a wild finish between the Falcons and Titans. Ultimately, it is Lake Dallas who comes away with a 37-36 victory on a game-winning field goal right as time expires, culminating a final 3 minutes that was just full of just chaos and confusion. So I'm going to recap that for you. Essentially, I guess through the long and short of it, there were 6 lead changes. So basically, Frisco Centennial goes up 36-28 with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left on a 17-yard touchdown run by quarterback Weston Symes. They missed the extra point, so still an 8-point game, still a 1-score game. Lake Dallas still has a chance. Lake Dallas manages to score with 32 seconds left on a 16-yard touchdown run by quarterback Ryan Depperschmidt. They attempt a 2-point conversion. They go for a screen pass, but Centennial breaks it up. So still a 2-point lead for Centennial. Lake Dallas then proceeds to recover the onside kick. So yes, we're setting up for something crazy. Lake Dallas takes over at midfield with one last crack at getting the win. They break out the hook and ladder play. That's right, the rarely seen hook and ladder. I'm an OU alum. The words hook and ladder are like garlic to a vampire for me. They pull off the hook and ladder just barely. I mean, just barely. This was a fraction of a second away from being a fumble, but they were able to pull off the hook and ladder, take it down to the 10-yard line. They clock the ball with 3 seconds left. So yes, they're down by 2 in field goal range. They bring out the field goal unit. Kicker Marcial Apayez lines up, kicks a 24-yarder. It's good, except there's a false start on Lake Dallas. So there's a little bit of confusion here because the referees were discussing amongst themselves, and then from the press box, you could see for a moment there were Centennial players celebrating as if they thought they won the game. I guess there was they thought that there was supposed to be a runoff because of the penalty, but because it was a pre-snap penalty, that doesn't matter. It's just a false start. So they just back up Lake Dallas 5 yards, bring the Falcons right back on out. It's a 32-yard field goal, and Apayez drills it at the as time expires. And yes, Lake Dallas comes away with a 37-36 victory. A very, very crazy finish. I put this in my game story. It was very fitting that it came down to a special teams play at the very end, because special teams play was huge in this game. It's the phase of football that kind of gets overlooked compared to offense and defense. Lots of key special teams situations throughout this game that played a very crucial role in the outcome. Lake Dallas, obviously, they kick the game-winning field goal. They recover an onside kick. Earlier, though, in the game, they missed 2 consecutive field goals. There were some issues with snapping and holding tonight. Falcons missed a couple mid-game. Head coach Michael Young questioning whether or not they should even be kicking field goals the rest of the way should the situation arise. Meanwhile, for Centennial, they missed a pair of extra points. And obviously you lose by 1 point. That's huge. So yes, special teams very much weighed on the outcome of this game, but otherwise this was a great game to watch. Like I said earlier, 6 lead changes. The 2 teams combined just shy of 1,000 yards of offense, 996 to be sure. I mean, this was a fantasy football dream right here. You had players like Centennial running back Hunter Williams, who had 199 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. For Lake Dallas, Ryan Depperschmidt, the quarterback, he ran for over 100 yards, scored 4 touchdowns on the ground. Lake Dallas' starting running back, Kylie Smith, in his first game of the season, racked up 126 rushing yards on only 9 carries, just running up and down the field. Both teams really brought out the goods tonight. A fun game, back and forth stuff, and a crazy finish. You know, the kind of finish that I've never seen before. And at this point in my career, hey, it's always nice to be surprised by the stuff you see on Friday nights. So, yeah, that is what I had going on for Friday night. Should you feel so inclined, you can follow me online on Twitter. I am at MWelchSLM. If you'd like to read my game story from Lake Dallas and Frisco Centennial, you can do so at starlocalsports.com. That's all I had, folks. Hey, appreciate y'all watching.